It was peely, right?
Something about that. Something about peely. Who knows the answer? Why did the banana go to the doctor? Anybody know?
Peeling sick.
He wasn't peeling very well, or he's peeling sick. Yes, exactly. Perfect. You guys got it. Okay, here's another one. I had to do my research to find all these cool food jokes. Why did the cornstalk get mad at the farmer? Why did the cornstalk get mad at the farmer?
Why did the cornstalk get mad at the farmer?
Why did the cornstalk get mad at the farmer?
No idea.
No idea.
Yeah.
Because he was pulling on his ears. He kept pulling his ears. Do you have an ear of corn? Yes, he was pulling his ears. Okay, how about
Can you make this a little farther?
raise your hand if it snowed yesterday at your house? Okay. Has anyone been outside this morning? Is it warm or is it cold?
It's cold.
It's a Who said it's warm? It is not warm. Maybe you're not in Albuquerque. It's kind of chilly this morning. I went out to milk my cow this morning and I thought my hands were gonna fall off because it was so cold. My hands did not want to milk the cow this morning. Okay. Now go ahead.
Sandra, do you have a cow?
I have a cow, yes. I have a cow and I have 5 goats. And I have chickens and I have ducks and I have all kinds of animals. Yes, go ahead.
Can I share a joke?
Please, yes, share a joke.
Why did the cookie go to the doctor?
Why did the cookie go to the doctor?
Sick. Because it was sick.
Because it was sick. I mean, maybe. Okay. Tell us why. Why did the cookie go to the doctor?
Because he was feeling crummy.
Oh, because he was feeling crummy. I like that one. I like that one. Okay, now I'm going to give you a knock-knock joke. You ready? Okay. Knock-knock.
Who's there?
Lettuce.
Lettuce who?
Lettuce and it's cold outside. It's pretty good when it's cold outside, right?
I've known that joke for like 3 years now.
I know. Well, sorry, I can't have all the cool jokes. Let's see if I have one I think you might not know. Let's see.
Oh, dang it.
Okay, here's a good one. When is an apple not an apple? If you know it, you can just say it. When is an apple not an apple?
I don't know. You eat it.
When it's being eaten. It's still an apple.
That's not right.
When it's swallowed, when it's
hibernating.
When it's sort of soupy.
When it's soup. Okay, how about this? An apple is not an apple.
I'm gonna try and put it to
pineapple.
It's a Zoom call.
When it's a pineapple. Hi, Lila. I see you.
I have a joke. It's not related, but when is a door not a door?
Even here?
When is a door not a door?
When it's a jar.
Yeah, when it's a jar.
When it's a jar.
Oh, when it's a jar. That's a good one too. Okay, guys, that's all with our jokes. Okay, I'm gonna put you on mute. Okay? So I'm not gonna be able to hear you anymore.
Cassidy.
Okay?
Sarah.
Hi, Ryan.
Sarah.
Hi, Cassidy.
I have a joke.
Hi, Hunter. No, we're going on mute, Cass. You can save the jokes for afterwards, okay, Lev? We're going on mute.
Ryan.
Okay. I can't hear you guys anymore. You guys should be able to hear me, but I can't hear you, okay? Okay, so we have a couple minutes before we're actually gonna start class. You guys can see my slideshow just like last week, okay? We're gonna go over the 3 things. I didn't make a slide explaining it this time. You guys are all gonna be muted, so I can't hear you, but you can hear me, okay? If you have a question, you can use the raise your hand function on Zoom. So you can just click raise your hand and I'll see that you raised your hand, okay? And then if you wanna ask a question or answer a question that I ask you, you can use the chat box, okay? So make sure you find the raise your hand function on your Zoom and make sure you find your chat box, okay? Because I want to be able to talk to everybody. And I know some of you are not using your videos, and that's totally fine too, and you're just talking on chat. So we have some friends that joined on chat that have said good morning as well. So good morning to everybody. It's 11:02. We're gonna wait one more minute, and we're gonna see if we get a couple more people to join our call, our class, and then we will get started, okay? And I know we talked a little bit about the weather already and how we got some snow here in Albuquerque and snow in the East Mountains. How do we use the raise your hand thing? Okay, so if you go up to the top of your, actually, mine looks different because I have the the host view, but there should be little 3 dots, and it allows you to raise your hand. It gives you the option to raise your hand. Okay, you guys don't unmute yourselves. I have you muted so that we can hear everybody talking. Otherwise, it's too many people on our call to try to listen to everybody chatting, okay? And if you can't find the raise your hand button, it's totally fine. We don't use it that much. We actually use the chat box more. So as long as you can get to the chat box and you can answer questions on the chat box, then you are good to go, okay? It does make my life a little bit easier, although I'm not going to require you guys to do it. If you change your Zoom name to what your actual name is. But again, I'm not going to require everyone to do it because I think that some of you might do it for privacy reasons, and that's perfectly fine too. I just won't be able to call you by your name because I don't know everybody's name. So parents, if I call your kid by your name because that's what your Zoom account says, then that's why, okay? But it's okay. I'm not going to require everybody to change it. So don't do it if you don't want to, okay? Okay, I think we're going to get started. Are we ready? I want you to go to your chat box so that I know that everybody can use it. And I want you to just answer yes or no to this question. Were you in the class last week that we did about moons? Yes or no? Oh, we have a lot of no's. Okay. I just want to see if everybody kind of knows how this class works or if we have a lot of new people. Okay, perfect. So we got a lot of yeses and we got a lot of no's. So we'll go over 3 things about this class. So I said it before, you guys are all muted. I cannot hear you. You can only hear me. Okay, so don't try to talk to me because I can't hear you. So you can use the raise your hand, or if you can find it, and if you can't, that's okay. Or you can type questions into the chat box. And I can see that most of everybody has found the chat box and you can use it. So that's wonderful. That's fantastic. So use it. If you have a question and you want to ask me something, be sure to type it in, okay? And take your time. It's no rush. I'll try to answer any questions that I don't get to during the topic, I'll answer at the end. So make sure that we have everybody's questions answered, okay? Thumbs up. Everybody good? Come on, thumbs up, let's see. Yeah, thumbs up like that. Just kidding, okay. All right, we ready? We are going to talk today. Oh no, I went too many. Okay, those of you that were in the moon class last week, did you guys see anything really cool about the moon that you want to share with us? And if you do want to share, type yes in the box, and I'm actually gonna unmute you one at a time so that you can share anything you want to share about the moon that you saw, if you want to. Anybody want to share? No? Okay, perfect. We're going to move on then. Alrighty then. So today we are going to talk about kitchen scrap gardening. Okay, getting ready to grow, which I know some of us already grow things, and we sometimes can grow things from seeds, or we go to the store and we buy plants and we can grow them in our backyard or in our house. But today specifically, we're going to talk about what you can use that's already in your kitchen that you could grow a plant from, okay? So let's move on. Why is my computer not working? Okay, so what do plants need to grow? There are 3 things that plants need to grow. Use your chat box. Tell me what they are. What do plants need to grow? Oh, I can make this screen so big and I can see all your cute little faces all at the same time. Makes me so happy. Look at all of you guys. Everybody wave to the camera. Yay! Hi. Okay, what do we need? We see water, sun, and food. Water, air, soil. Water, soil, and food. You guys are super smart. You're on it this Tuesday morning. I'm so glad. Okay. Yeah, you guys have it all right. Everybody's saying the exact same things. This is perfect. Okay, water, light, soil, sun, a balanced diet. Wow, that's a really good answer. I'm liking that. Okay, so let's see what we need. So what is our first one? Soil, right? When we plant a plant, we think we're gonna plant it in the dirt and it's gonna have its roots grow down into the ground and it's going to get its nutrients from the soil. Perfect, that's one that a lot of people already answered, okay? Water. I think everybody said water. We know when you plant a seed, you have to water the plant or it will not grow, right? Perfect. Okay, you guys are on it. Last one, what is it? The sun. We need sunlight. If you stick a plant, a little seed to grow and you stick it in a closet where it's super dark and it's not gonna get any sunlight, it's not going to grow. It's not gonna grow. So these are the 3 things that we found. You guys already answered, you already knew these, that the plants need these to grow, okay? But my question for you is, will a plant grow without soil? Use your chat box. Will it grow without soil? No, yes, no, yes, yes, yes and no. All right, yes. Good answers. I'm glad you guys know how to use that chat box. No, a big no. Somebody did a capital no, absolutely not. Okay, so let's talk about that. What do we have growing here? Okay, you guys can see we have a sweet potato growing, okay? Now these sweet potatoes, are they planted in dirt? No, they're not, and they are growing. So sweet potatoes, if you wanted to take a sweet potato, or any potato really, okay, out of your kitchen, the easiest way is you see the little picture on the bottom, right? You can stick some toothpicks on the side, and you can put it over a glass that has water in it, okay? That potato is going to grow. It does not need soil to grow, okay? Soon the roots will begin to sprout from the portion in the water, and usually within a couple weeks, you'll have stems and leaves to begin that grow out the top, okay? And then of course, it's most easiest if you then put it in soil, but you absolutely don't have to. You could actually grow it for a while with roots just like this to start your potato plant, okay? And you can actually grow, the way I really love to grow potatoes is I take the potatoes that have been left in the back of my pantry that someone forgot about, that started to sprout in the dark, and I cut them into pieces with the eye that has the sprout on them, and I put them in a really big bucket. Okay, like a really big bucket, and we plant them way down deep inside, and when they're done growing, you can dump the entire bucket out, and then you have all of your potatoes so that you don't have to dig deep into the ground and look for your potatoes. And so that's how we really like to grow potatoes in our house, okay? It makes it really, really easy, and it's something that everybody can do, but you can actually sprout them in your kitchen. Here's another one. Who likes to eat green onions? Anybody on here like to eat green onions? I don't really like to eat green onions, I'll be really honest. Ooh, somebody does. Ethan does. I love it. Great. Fantastic. Green onions are one of the easiest things to grow, okay? Look at this picture. This is one of our kids in this class right now. Actually, Cassidy and Hunter are in the class right now. And this is a picture of onions that they grew in their kitchen, okay? So they cut off the ends, and you just put the ends in just a little bit of water. You can see in that cup, there's not a lot of water. And as it sits there, they will grow and they will regrow again, and they don't need the soil to to help them grow, okay? You can put them in soil afterwards, just like the potatoes, but you actually don't have to. You can keep regrowing them just in a cup of water. Super, super easy, okay? This is like something that anybody can do. If you have green onions at home, when your mom uses, or your dad or grandma or grandpa uses them to cook something, then save the little ends, because we don't typically eat the little ends. So save them and we can regrow them, okay? That's, I mean, the easiest way to grow something is to just use the roots that you already have, okay? Here's another one. Romaine lettuce. I love to eat salad, okay? And leafy vegetables that grow in heads like romaine lettuce are some of the easiest scraps to grow. Just cut off the plant's base, which you normally do anyways, because we don't eat the bottom part of the lettuce, and you put it in a shallow cup of water, okay? And you can see from that picture, you can see day 1, obviously we started, it's not growing yet. Day 2, you can already see it sprouting up just a little bit. By day 4, there's quite a bit already coming up, and after a little bit over a week, you almost have your own lettuce growing already. So easy, it's amazing. You guys need to try this, and I wanna see when you come back on Friday, all the amazing things that you grow. Okay, I wanna see it. Who's gonna show me? Who's gonna try it this week? You are good, fantastic. We're not done yet, I just wanna know. Okay, another really easy one, celery. Okay, just like romaine lettuce, we just cut off the little end, you can put it in a cup of water and it will start growing. This picture, I believe, is also from Cassidy and Hunter's house as well. I think this is what they're growing in their kitchen currently. Let's see, some of you already planted a garden. That's fantastic. If you already planted a garden, this is something that you can add to it. I already planted my garden too last night and the night before. I had to make sure that I covered up all of my plants because it got so cold. I needed to make sure my tomatoes weren't gonna die. And I have a little greenhouse. And we're not gonna talk too much about seeds and plantings because we do have a whole seed class where we're gonna show you guys how to dissect a seed and all the different parts of a seed that are inside and why it grows the way that it grows. So I don't wanna talk too much about seed planting, but I also have a garden and I think this is something that you can add easily to your gardening expertise, okay? Let's see, carrots. I love carrots. I love roasted carrots. I love raw carrots. I love cooked carrots. I love boiled carrots. I love all kinds of carrots. And carrots are also very easy to grow, okay? Now, you have to make sure that when you are growing these in your house, you ask an adult to help you cut all of the vegetables, okay? We all know we have to be very careful in the kitchen. We have to use a sharp knife to cut some of these, like our carrots, and I don't want anybody getting hurt. So please make sure that you ask somebody in your house to help you as you're cutting these plants, okay? Promise? Everybody promise me? You're not gonna go grab sharp knives and cut vegetables without mom and dad? Oh, I see a pinky promise. I'll take it. Yes. Wonderful. Pinky promise is my very favorite. All right, wonderful. Okay, where does our food grow? Okay, so we're gonna talk a little bit about, I wanted to do a whole class on kitchen scrap gardening for you guys, but the hard part is, like, you chop off the root, you stick it in some water, and it grows. I mean, I can't really do an entire hour class on kitchen scrap gardening for you. There are tons of things that you could make from all of these kitchen scraps, and we might do that later once everybody starts growing. But for now, that's all we're going to talk about. I want you to try it. I want you to ask questions on our Nature Ninos Facebook page. If you're trying something and it's not working for you, then I want you to reach out to me so that I can help you and make sure that we get your kitchen scrap gardening up and going so that in a couple weeks, we can maybe do some type of a cooking class with the things that you guys have tried to grow, okay? So now we're gonna talk about where our food grows, okay? We're gonna call it the top and we're gonna call it the bottom, and we're gonna play a little game, okay? What I want you to do is I want you to decide if the part of the plant that grows that we eat, the food part, okay, if it grows above the soil or if it grows below the soil. But we're gonna use the words top and bottom, okay? So when I say a food item, you're gonna type in our chat T for top, meaning it grows above the soil, or B for bottom, meaning it grows below the soil. Okay, does everybody understand? So here's the game, we're gonna see. And most of these are pretty easy. I have a feeling that you're gonna guess the majority of them, but I tested it on my family last night, and there are two very tricky ones. And I would love to see who actually knows the answer to my tricky questions, okay, my tricky fruit. And they're not, well, some may be fruit or vegetable, okay? So here we go. Ready? First one is carrot. Use our group chat. T for top, B for bottom. T for top, B for bottom. Pretty easy. Okay. Carrots grow underneath the ground, right? We see the green part sticking up, and when you pull on it, you get the carrots, and they were growing, and they're all dirty and earthy, and they taste super yummy when you wash them, and they're fresh out of the ground. Good job, guys. Next one. Again, some of these are easy, I know, okay? Apples. Top or bottom? Yes, perfect. I love it. I'm so glad that no one thinks apples grow under the ground. That makes me very happy. Apples grow on trees, okay? Very good, guys. Very good. Tomatoes. Top or bottom? Top, 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 top. Fantastic. You guys are so smart. They grow on top. Wonderful. Okay. Broccoli. Broccoli. Top or bottom? Don't be asking your parents. I see all kinds of people over there asking their parents for advice. You just need to give it out. What do you think? Top or bottom? I'm loving this actually, because there are some that say top and that there are some that say bottom, and I'm getting question marks. Top or bottom? Top or bottom? Okay, we are going with broccoli grows on top. Okay, it does not grow on bottom, it grows on top. Yes, some of you guessed correct. Very good. Okay, onion, top or bottom? Onions, top or bottom? Bottom, bottom, bottom. I see lots of bottoms. Yep. All right. Onions grow on the bottom. All right, fantastic, guys. Okay, I also think this one's a little bit tricky if you don't really know. Lettuce. Top or bottom? Okay, we see tops. I see bottoms. Tops. Okay, let's see. Dun, dun, dun. It grows on top. Okay. Very easy one. I think everybody should know this one. Orange. Top or bottom? I'm not going to waste too much time on that one. Oranges grow in trees. It goes on the top. Fantastic. Okay, potatoes. Ooh, and this one is kind of cheating. I didn't really think about that because we talked about it today in class. Top or bottom? Potatoes. Fantastic. Look, this potato, he's super happy to be on the bottom, apparently. He's got a big smiley face and everything. Okay, avocado. Avocado. Top or bottom? I see both, looks like. And avocados grow on trees. All right. Radish. Who knows where radishes grow? Top or bottom? You guys are smart. Okay, now here's my two tricky ones. I can't wait to see. Ready? Pineapple. Where does pineapple grow? Top or bottom? Top or bottom? Top or bottom? Okay. Pineapple grows on top. Okay, here's the second tricky one. Ready? Peanuts. Where do peanuts grow? Do they grow on bushes? Do they grow on trees? Do they grow under the ground? Where do they grow? Peanuts. I love peanuts. I actually just had some peanut butter with my apples before this class. Top, bottom. We see a little bit of both. Okay, ready? Dun, dun, drum roll. So last one, drum roll, everybody, come on. Where do peanuts grow? Where do peanuts grow? Where do peanuts grow? And they grow on the bottom. They grow under the ground. Can you believe that? Okay, so you guys did pretty good with your top and bottoms, okay? So I just wanted to kind of show you, because here in New Mexico, we obviously do not have a lot of pineapple growing. I grew up in Hawaii, where they have the Dole plantation, one of the biggest places that grows pineapples. And so I know this because I've been there before and I've seen pineapple growing. But if you don't really know, pineapple is kind of a weird fruit. So think, where does it actually grow? So pineapple is also a really easy fruit to regrow. And that's something that you can do in your kitchen too. And this gives you here the perfect directions on how to regrow a pineapple, okay? Just cut off the top. We're gonna put it in the water. It will regrow, and then you will have to plant it. But it's a really cool plant to watch grow as it starts to spine up and create its own little pineapples on the top of your regrowth, okay? The other one I thought that was really interesting are peanuts. And I don't know if I should admit it to you guys or not, that until last night, I actually didn't know where peanuts grew. I never really thought about it. So this was new to me, and I think it's so interesting, and I did a little more research on it last night, and I did hear that growing peanuts in New Mexico is pretty easy. So this is something that if you wanted to try, you could also try to grow some peanuts. Just like potatoes, I would think that peanuts would do really well in a big container that you could dump out later once it's fully grown, instead of having to dig it all up. But we might try. My kids and I were talking about this. And a cool fact about peanuts is that peanuts are not actually nuts. They're legumes, just like peas and lentils. So you can see peas up here on the top and a picture of lentils up on the top too, but they're not actually nuts, which is funny, being that they're called peanuts. So you learn something new every day, right? We learned where pineapples grow, we learned where peanuts grow, and we learned that peanuts are not actually nuts. It's like mind-blowing, right? It's kind of crazy. It's so weird. Okay, so I actually found this really cool story, which is how I based this lesson on, is called Tops and Bottoms. And so I'm going to take a break from you guys really quick. I'm going to let you guys watch this story, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about it. And then we'll share a little bit about what our goals are for this week. Okay, so oh, nope, didn't work. Let's try again. Here we go. You guys should be able to hear it, hopefully.
Well, hello there. It's Ani.
Can you guys hear it?
Are you ready for a story? Today, we're going to read Tops and Bottoms. If you have a copy, go get it so you can read along with me. Tops and Bottoms. There's something very different about this book. Instead of reading from side to side, you read from the top to the bottom. Tops and Bottoms. Adapted and illustrated by Janet Stevens. Once upon a time, there lived a very lazy bear who had lots of money and lots of land. His father had been a hard worker and a smart business bear, and he had given all of his wealth to his son. But all Bear wanted to do was sleep. Not far down the road lived a hare. Although Hare was clever, he sometimes got into trouble. He had once owned land too, but now he had nothing. He had lost a risky bet with a tortoise and had sold all of his land to Bear to pay off the debt. Hare and his family were in very bad shape. "The children are so hungry, Father Hare. We must think of something," Mrs. Hare cried one day. So Hare and Mrs. Hare put their heads together and cooked up a plan. down the middle. Yes, sir, Bear, we're in this together. I'll work and you sleep. Huh? Said Bear. So, what will it be, Bear? Asked Hare. The top half or the bottom half? It's up to you, tops or bottoms. Let's see, Bear said with a yawn. I'll take the top half, Hare. Right, tops. Hare smiled. It's a done deal, Bear. So Bear went back to sleep, and Hare and his family went to work. Hare planted, Mrs. Hare watered, and everyone weeded. Bear slept as the crops grew. When it was time for the harvest, Hare called out, "Wake up, Bear! You get the tops and I get the bottoms." Hare and his family dug up the carrots, the radishes, and the beets. Hare plucked off all the tops, tossed them into a pile for Bear, and put the bottoms aside for himself. Bear stared at his pile. But Hare, all the best parts are in your half. You chose the tops, Bear, Hare said. Now, Hare, you've tricked me. You plant this field again, and this season I want the bottoms. Hare agreed. It's a done deal, Bear. So Bear went back to sleep, and Hare and his family went to work. They planted, watered, and weeded. Bear slept as the crops grew. When it was time for the harvest, Hare called out, "Wake up, Bear! You get the bottoms and I get the tops." Hare and his family gathered up the lettuce, the broccoli, and the celery. Hare pulled off the bottoms for Bear and put the tops in his own pile. Bear looked at his pile and scowled. "Hare, you have cheated me again." "But Bear," Hare said, "you wanted the bottoms this time." Bear growled. "You plant this field again, Hare. You've tricked me twice, and you owe me one season of both tops and bottoms." "You're right, poor old Bear," sighed Hare. "It's only fair that you get both tops and bottoms this time. It's a done deal, Bear." So Bear went back to sleep, and Hare and his family went to work. They planted, watered, and weeded, then watered and weeded some more. Bear slept as the crops grew. When it was time for the harvest, Hare called out, "Wake up, Bear! This time you get the tops and the bottoms." There, in front of Bear's house, lay a high field of corn. Hare and his family yanked up every corn stalk. Hare tugged off the roots at the bottom and the tassels at the top and put them into a pile for Bear. Then he carefully collected the ears of corn in the middle and placed them in his own pile. Bear rubbed his eyes and watched. "See, Bear? You get the tops and the bottoms. I get the middles. Yes, sir, Bear, it's a done deal." By now, Bear was wide awake. "That's it, Hare," he hollered. "From now on, I'll plant my own crops and take the tops, bottoms, and middles." Hare and his family scooped up the corn and hopped down the road toward home. Bear never again slept through a season of planting and harvesting. Hare bought back his land with the profit from the crops, and he and Mrs. Hare opened a vegetable stand. And although Hare and Bear learned to live happily as neighbors, they never became business partners again. When have you had to work hard for something you want or need? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to find out all about it. I hope you enjoyed our story today. See you next time. If you liked this video and want...
All right, guys, what do you think? That was a pretty good story for what we learned about, right? And that Hare was pretty smart in tricking that bear into getting all of the food, okay? So what I want to know is, what do you think that you're going to grow this week in your kitchen? Okay, I know you guys have gardens, which I think is totally awesome, and I love that. And we're going to talk about outside gardening another week. But I want to know, I want you to tell me in the group chat what you really want to try to grow this week. Okay, and if you have any questions, like how should you do it, or what do you need, or anything that I can help you with before we log off for the day. Okay, it is kind of a shorter class. It was 30 minutes instead of 45, but I want to know what your goals are. Okay. Okay, we want to try peanuts. How do you do it? Instead of explaining it all right here, I'm going to give you go back to the Nature Ninos Facebook page, and I will, let me make a note of that. I'm going to share a really cool link that I found about growing peanuts with the whole group, okay? I'll make sure that I share it with everybody so everybody can see it, okay? And it gives you step-by-step directions on how to grow peanuts. Let me go back up on our chat function because you guys went crazy telling me about everything already, and I can't see. Let's see, we saw peanuts. What else did everybody say? Yeah, sorry about muting myself, guys. I didn't realize when I muted myself, you guys wouldn't be able to hear the story. Sorry about that. I'm still learning this whole Zoom thing too. Okay, peanuts, potatoes and celery, fantastic. Potatoes, green onions and potatoes. That sounds like a perfect breakfast with a couple of fresh eggs. Potatoes, green onions, sounds super yummy. Sweet potatoes. Ivy wants to grow peas, fantastic. Carrots, broccoli. Okay, pineapples. Raphael, if you're actually going to try to grow pineapples, I definitely want to see how that works out for you, okay? Asparagus, all of the above. Let's see, we already want to try carrots and potatoes, onions, avocado seed. Yes, that's a really good option too. There's a lot of follow through because you can't continually grow an avocado tree in a little tiny water dish, so you do have to plant it at some point, but avocado seeds are an awesome way to do it. And you actually do an avocado seed just like you do a potato. You stick some toothpicks in the sides to hold it above the glass and to hold it in the water, and then it will grow into the water. You don't want it to just float right on top of the water. It'll get too much water. And I can actually share a really cool link for that one as well if you guys want me to. Okay. Let's see what else. Pineapple, lettuce, zucchini, cucumber, carrots. Yes, this is all perfect stuff for your garden. That's a lot of what I have in my garden as well. How do you do carrots? So if, we can go back a couple slides, or I can show you. Carrots, you really just cut off the top inch of the carrot, the part that you don't typically eat, and you plop it in a thing of water, just a little tiny little bit of water, and it'll start sprouting up, and that's when you'll have to eventually plant it in soil as well. So really, we're just looking for that top inch, the part that you don't eat of the carrot, okay? And then we're gonna put it in a shallow dish, just put it right in there, and as you wait, you'll see it grow up. But remember, you should be giving these plants fresh water every day. So just because there's water in there doesn't mean it's fresh water. So changing out the water is really good. And then of course, making sure it's somewhere where there's sunlight. So I would love to say everybody can just grow it in your kitchen, which sounds wonderful, but if you don't have a window in your kitchen, maybe you should grow it somewhere else in your house where you have a window, okay? So just remember, we do have to put them in the sun, and they do have to have fresh water every day as well, okay? Let's see. Yeah, and you can do any potatoes that way. Any potato will work. It doesn't have to be a sweet potato, okay? All right, guys. Well, you guys have some big goals, big lofty goals. I want to remind you guys that on Friday at 11 o'clock, the same Zoom login, I want to see your plants, okay? If you can't come back again, that's perfectly fine. Please share them with me though. I want to see how cool your plants are coming out. I want to see how they start. I want to see the middle, and I want to see how they end before you put them in the soil. So even if you take some pictures and have your parents send them to me on Facebook, or you can email them to me. My email address is Sarah, that's me, at NM, so New Mexico, wildlife.org, okay? So you can email them to me, or you can send them to me on Facebook, or you can join us on Friday and show us, but I want to see all the cool things that you guys are doing, okay? So make sure you share. Does anybody have any questions before we end for the day? Any more questions that I haven't answered, other than the peanut question, which I'm going to share a link for? Any questions? Anybody have anything they want to talk about before we head out? Nope. All right. Fantastic, guys. Well, we are going to log off. I will see you on Friday. I'm going to unmute everybody really quick so you guys can all tell your friends bye if you want. Hold on really quick. Let's see. Unmute all. You're all unmuted. Go ahead.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. See you later, okay? Have a good rest of your week. Good. Make smart choices.
How can we
Get outside and play. Okay?
Wait.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Bye, Ryan.
Bye.